Oh, my goodness.
For the next morning's drive down, and what's been a.
Which is usually how I get out here.
Roll on
Roll
down.
the hill.
Very nice.
Just say, yeah.
Clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be asking her.
Yes, we are having.
You realize you've got over limits 20. So you know, I set a limit for 10 this year because it's a short session. It's so low pretty quick. And then they were sending stuff today that I got considers for number bills. It's just crazy. We still got two.
Yes, and they're saying.
They said, no, we're good, Carson, and we start doing.
And the tax, we're having tax one. He carried the bill. Three or four
For the CNA or the RN program, we'll get all that.
We need.
Limits Midland.
Community college.
I know, I have to.
Do that, but at least be informative.
Are you all ready for those?
I drove through town instead.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody's.
There might be 6 weeks that you don't make your own. No, I don't want she said that.
He said he's gonna.
Exactly.
Security. Remote, virtual meeting.
Oh, wow.
But that's hearing age 19, that's where Lou Finchner's at. It's it's 5 minutes out.
And that's like what?
So it's like
I don't know, you know.
Is there anybody from the town to address what's going on?
So when you're president of the community. See how bad. We said it down forward.
Big announcements. There. January, yeah. I'm going up tomorrow. We've got our Christmas party tomorrow. Yeah. So glad you guys are ready for the holidays. Yeah.
Holidays to the little ones is always.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
this little thing. I was telling them. Dan's, they'll turn 5.
Oh, my God.
Last week, I could see you.
I got the attorney general.
Oh, my goodness.
Said, you can't do that.
I love it. 60. I said, look, it's shut. CSG has. Don't make this. That's not a fair.
He said, I got a brand.
Like, yeah, this is.
Called me right before the meeting, so I think I lost.
All right, we're going to call this meeting to order. I'd like to welcome everybody here. I think Delegate Betsy Carr gets the prize for driving the longest for this meeting. We want to thank her for doing that. So I'd like to ask those that's on Zoom or the phone to keep your lines muted unless that you're speaking. So do we have everybody on? I don't see is this working over here?
The screen here.
We're ready to share.
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right, they're here. So in the absence of our Secretary Stephen On, I will now call upon Senator Pillion, Vice Chair, to do a roll call. Senator Pillion.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Wow, this is different. Okay.
Had to wait on you, so I thought I'd throw that in there.
Wow. Okay, sorry. Here it is. All right.
Do I need help you?
Steve On. No. Olivia Bailey.
Here.
Delegate Jason Ballard. Esther Bowling. Betsy Carr.
Here.
April Crabtree.
Here.
Brett Ellis. Go Highlanders. Okay. Amy Dara.
Here.
Lou Fincher.
Hey.
Okay.
She's sitting in.
She's stuck in traffic.
Right, but you're sitting in. Scott Fleming.
Scott Kemp is here for Scott Fleming.
Thank you. Senator Travis Hackworth.
Here.
Donna Henry.
Here.
Adam Hutchinson. Here. Scott Kemp.
I'm here.
Sarah Jane Kirkland.
I'm here.
Melissa Lubin.
Here.
Allison Mays. Keith Perrigan. I'm here. Delegate Sam Rasool. Delegate Brianna Sewell.
Here.
Dr. Karen Shelton. Susan Short.
I'm here on behalf of Dr. Schwartz.
Here.
Okay. Donna Stanley.
Here.
Sophie Chapin Vance. Adam Kane.
Sorry, trouble getting off mute. Yes, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Chair, we have a.
All right, thank you, Mr. Vice Chair. And I would like to say that this is my first meeting being chair, and I appreciate the opportunity and to have my wingman here with me to make sure that I don't mess it up too bad. So, all right, we do have in front of us the minutes for the June 13, 2024 board meeting. And do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So now we will turn to Executive Director David Matlock for his Executive Director's report. Take it away, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Delegate. Thank you so much. Again, the longest drive here today, and I know we have a couple people stuck in traffic, so we'll have others join us. So I just want to welcome everybody. You know, I get the privilege every day to travel this region, to travel the state, tell people we're a great place, doing great things because of great people. So hopefully you're going to get to hear some of that today, and probably very little from me because we have a full agenda. I do want to say this, though, Senator Pillion, based on a recommendation from the Secretary of Education, we now have tattoos, okay, that say great place, doing great things. Great people. I know that you were the first person to sign up and want one, so make sure you get things done.
Can I give it to him?
Mr. Chair, as long as those are not temporary tattoos, I'm down. They are temporary, sir. We can arrange it permanently. I would like to take some privilege as your executive director and in my remarks today, invite Delegate O'Quinn and Senator Pillion to come forward. We have a special presentation we'd like to make tonight, or you would like to make tonight. So I'll turn things over to you two. Sure. Go ahead. I'm here. I got it. I'll hear you. Man,
So, thank you, David, and it's great to be back. I miss seeing you all on the board, but nevertheless, I know you're holding down the fort and doing good work here. So obviously Senator Pillion and I represent the physical area, the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. And it's hard to believe just how long the center has been here. But there has been a lot of great work done by great people. And it's hard to really imagine what the education landscape would look like in Southwest Virginia without the Higher Education Center. It's just so many people who've been able to further their careers and their education here. And certainly we're very grateful for that. But in that vein, we have one of our, maybe the first employee,
not the first, but way up there.
Who will be retiring after 23 years. And that is Debbie Hensley. And so we wanted to jointly do not only a commendation from the General Assembly, but a flag that's been flown over the Capitol to say thank you for your service to the Higher Education Center, to Southwest Virginia, and to really everyone who has been able to step foot through here and better themselves because of it. So we just want to say congratulations, wish you all the best in retirement, and congratulations on behalf of the Commonwealth of Virginia and everyone here at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center.
I would like to say she may be embarrassed, well, not embarrassed, but may not be hesitant for me to share that. Debbie came in today special for this. Debbie lost her brother yesterday. And Debbie has been on leave, and so her little brother, it was unexpected, and but Debbie, I know I said this yesterday, but we appreciate you. And I shared this with the team yesterday. Debbie's technically superb at her job. One of the things that makes Debbie so great is the fact that she has a compassionate, caring heart. She's a leader in what we try to produce here in a great culture. And I guess, as I jokingly I said, we're going to have to hire multiple people to replace you. But I know you've been training someone, and I'm going to speak to her in just a second. But thank you so much for the fact that you gave this. Debbie would come in a lot on Saturdays and Sundays and do things. I'd say, Debbie, go home. You know, your family's more important. But she was so dedicated. So, Debbie, thank you for all that you've done. I know we're going to miss you, and I'll let they've got a presentation here. I'll get out of the way.
Senator Pillion has a flag that was flown over the Capitol in Richmond. And then we have a commendation from the House delegates in the Senate of Virginia, offering our sincerest congratulations to you in recognition for retiring after 23 years of service to the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. Congratulations.
We got one yesterday. You want to give a speech, Debbie?
Oh,
I
yeah.
was here.
Yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
still got one. Go this way, Tom.
It follows him everywhere.
Good, right there. Okay, who you want us to look at first?
I got you.
That's really good.
Great.
He's been working really hard at training, and so don't worry, nothing's gonna fall apart. There's Alicia smells red. Alicia, you want to stand while Debbie's walking back? Effective yesterday, or December 10th, 2 days ago, Alicia assumed the role, trying to do her best. She has her and Debbie have put together a finance cookbook. It's about policies and procedures and guidelines. So Alicia is going to be taking that responsibility and running with it. And since Delegate O'Quinn mentioned it, about the first person employed by the center, Sonia had to be sitting back there in the back. Sonia was the very first person hired by the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. She's not going anywhere anytime soon, are you?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, let me get to my report. If you open your packet under my tab, I'm just going to be very brief today and talk about our financials. We are very efficient, very effective, and things are running extremely well. You'll notice that our general revenue allocation was increased just a little bit. It is at $2,871,813. And then there was a state additional appropriation of a little over $55,000 added this fall. Non-general revenue is going to be exceeding what we projected. We projected $785,000. We're already at $707,000. And the biggest reason for that is we had an interest adjustment that didn't get credited last year for our non-general fund revenue. UVA Wise is our serves as our fiscal agent in some capacities. And so they hold our non-general fund carry forward funds. Lou, you can take your seat now. We'll
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the president of Emory Henry University. Commissioner who got caught in traffic. Like
Big backup. Almost an hour to get here from next over and finish. Sorry.
But we're running ahead of there. We're running ahead on revenue and probably will exceed our projected revenue by a decent margin this year. As far as expenses go, if you flip over to the page 2, as far as personal services, payroll, salary and benefits, we're running well within budget. It probably will come in a little under budget by the time we get to the end of the fiscal year. But other than personnel services, we're within budget on all categories. The only area that we have probably exceeded, and we're going to exceed a budget amount, is marketing. I've got 2 million in a minute, so I'll explain to you. They have all our money, these two right here. But basically, the reason why we kind of went over budget, the reason why we did, it's not because it is the reason. We had budgeted a new website and some marketing things, and those did not get, while the bills came in June, those did not, we didn't get those paid in last year's budget. So we will exceed our budgeted amount in marketing for FY25. But overall, I feel very confident that we will come in over budget in revenue and under budget in expenditures. So we're in good shape there. Unless anybody has any questions, I'll just continue. Any questions about the budget? Okay, just a couple of highlights. Some of these will be referenced by Adam later. But since our last meeting, Joy was hard at work last spring, and she wrote a grant for the creation of a feasibility study and the creation of a middle school energy academy. And it's a live meeting in North Virginia that was funded. And we have a new employee, a new team member that Adam will introduce in just a few minutes, that's taken the ball and running with that. The sim lab construction continues to go well. It's not as fast as I would like for it to go, but it's moving along. And we hope to have some things to show off to you in the meeting in June. The window project's been a favorite topic for everybody. With the uneducated naked eye, the window project is finished. But for those who know things, we're at 95% and our contractor has been called off. We had to involve legal counsel at UVA, and so that project is the final 5% is getting done, but we're using facilities management at UVA to help finish that project. So it's just a few miscellaneous ends that we got to tie up, but for all intents and purposes, we had a water test. It was called Hurricane Helene. We didn't have an official water test after that. We survived basically everything. So that's going really well. And I appreciate Nikki and her team and all the leadership there. Normally I would give you a more detailed report about activities, but we've got a lot of things on your agenda today and we've got a late start. So unless there's questions for me, I'll step aside and turn to Senior Director of Administration, Dr. Adam. Doctor. Thanks, Dave.
All right, Mr. Adams. Dr. Adams, sorry, Doc.
Oh, yeah. Good afternoon. It's been great to be here with you all. And what I get to talk about is the great people aspect of the center here. And of course, we want to applaud Debbie Kinsley on her retirement and many years of service. And her and I worked very closely together at the intersection of administration and finance related things for a number of years. So I definitely wish you well in your retirement. I'll miss you and thank you for all you've done. We'll also have in your tab there just the latest personnel activity report. We do have a new full-time hire who started this week, Megan Copenhagen. If you'll stand your way back there, Megan. Megan's in our marketing department. Hannah will be speaking more about marketing later in the agenda, so you'll hear more about marketing and Megan and some of the initiatives there. Also, David alluded to Crystal Basic joined us recently as a part-time employee as our Energy Education Academy coordinator, and She came to come to us after retiring, I believe, 33 years of service with the Virginia Department of Environmental Quality. So we're glad to have Crystal on board. And Crystal, if you want to stand and give us maybe a couple moment speech about what are you actually working on? So folks may be able to help you with that.
Well, I just want to commend the Higher Ed Center and Go Virginia and those that signed support for this grant. They saw that there's a potential need for energy education and they have a vision, and that says a lot. And I'm just honored to be part of it. We're doing a feasibility study. We are looking at career paths. We're looking at the needs for energy education. We're looking at a middle school STEM academy and putting a pilot program in place.
Thank you, Crystal. And Crystal's part of my team here at the center, and she's been awesome. She gets the ball running on this, get the ground running. She's done a lot of work in a very short period of time. We look forward to that developing and to an energy education program in the future. So thank you, Crystal. As you see on your personnel activity report, everything is holding about steady versus the last one. So count the usual number of hires, departures we have here at the center. Also, one of the other things we need to talk about is December 2022 meeting, the board here adopted the remote meeting policy. And the General Assembly makes changes to the law. The last session that took effect on July 1st, that results in us having to make some updates to our remote meeting policy. And what I'll do at this point, Adam Kane, who's online as our agency counsel with Virginia Office of the Attorney General, Adam will step you through some changes on that. And there should be highlighted in yellow in your copy. So Adam, the chairman, permit, I'll yield to you at this point.
Sure. So thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. And so as Adam mentioned, there were some recent changes to the code section that pertains to all virtual meetings for boards. There's really only two substantive changes. The first highlighted on page 2. So there's 4 instances when a board member can virtually participate. If they're 60 miles from the home, or excuse me, from the place where the meeting's being held, if they're caring for a individual who is physically disabled or has another medical issue, if they themselves have a medical condition that would prevent their physical attendance, and they can also virtually join a meeting if there is a personal, if the member has a personal issue. So one of the code changes, instances where a member has a physical disability preventing them from physically attending the meeting, or if they're a caretaker for someone who has a disability, if they're remotely attending for those reasons, they will now be counted towards the quorum. In the past, if you were virtually participating, you would not count towards the quorum. So that is the first change on page 2. The second change is a minor one, and I don't really think it'll affect this board based on how often this board meets, but on page 4, next number 5. So the code used to limit a board meeting in an all virtual format to 25%. That has been changed to 50% or 2 meetings. So really, if you don't meet more than 4 times a year, I don't really think it'll have an impact on this board. But those are really the only changes. Other ones are just typos fixed or updated documents. So I'd be happy to answer any questions, though.
Been discussion on that?
Mr. Chairman, if there's no questions, certainly would need a motion to adopt these revisions for our remote meeting policy.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion, a second. Discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. New updated remote meeting policy.
Right. The final reminder I have is that it's getting to be the most wonderful time of the year coming up soon. Just conflict of interest reminder, folks that have to fill those out. You'll be getting information about that in the next couple of months for those who are citizen members of the board, as well as those who are seated have to follow those things as well. So be keeping that on the radar coming up in January. So other than that, unless there are any questions or concerns, Mr. Chairman, that would conclude what I have to do this time.
All right, any more questions for Dr. Tolbert? All right, thank you. All right, the next on our agenda is from Hannah Heidelup about the market update.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Hyla, and I serve as the Senior Director of Events and Operations here at the Center. As part of my role, I oversee the Center's marketing department, and I'm excited to have the opportunity this evening to share some of the major projects we've been working on to promote the Center this year. First and foremost, though, and as Adam mentioned in his report, I am very pleased to welcome a new member to our team this week, Megan Copenhaver. She joined us this Tuesday as our Marketing and Public Relations Coordinator. So we're thrilled to have her on board, and I'm so excited to see our marketing efforts continue to grow under her leadership. So welcome, Megan, and I'd like to invite you to stand and say a few words of introduction if you'd like.
Sure, I won't take up too much of your time, but I just wanted you all to get a chance to kind of put a face to the name. I see some familiar faces here, but in case we haven't met, I really look forward to getting to know you all a little bit better over the next little bit. And I'm just thrilled to be here at the Higher Ed Center. If there is ever anything that I can do to help you all, or if you have suggestions for me, I would very much welcome all of that. So really excited to be here and excited to get to know you all. And yeah, that's all.
Thanks, Megan. So also this year, we had the opportunity to collaborate with the team at Corporate Image on a few bigger projects that we'd like to showcase for you all this evening, including several promotional videos as well as a brand new website. I'm very grateful to their team for their partnership and their guidance and all of their efforts to bring these projects to fruition. And I'd like to turn it over to Ray Smith and Ray Barnes from Corporate Image to tell you a little bit more about what they've created for us.
Thank you. So I'm Ray Smith. This is Ray Barnes. Appreciate you guys having us here. Appreciate all the initiatives we've been able to assist the staff here with over the last 6 or 7 months. Really 3 big ones being the website, some promotional videos, one that highlights the educational opportunities at the center, another one that highlights the rental facilities, as well as the Rural IT Apprenticeship Program. We're doing some awareness and marketing currently. But it all really centers on the website. That's the hub that it all circles around. I'm going to pass that along to Ray Barnes here to walk through some of the highlights of that.
So with the website, we wanted to create a platform that brought in aligned with the values of the Higher Ed Center. And with that, we wanted to bring in brand consistency to the website. We also wanted to optimize the navigation so users can get to the information they need clearly. And we also wanted to bring in some interactive elements, which include videos that we've added to the website. And we also wanted to streamline the back-end processes for the team here at the Higher Ed Center so they can maintain and update the site when needed. So with that, I will open the site and take a look. Okay, this is the new homepage. And this section here is the hero video. And this was specifically edited for the website. So I think it brings in a lot of the facets of the Higher Ed Center and highlights a lot of the different aspects here at the Higher Ed. Below that, we have the mission statement. And here we have 3 highlighted areas of the Higher Ed Center. And with this, these can be interchangeable, whatever's coming up that month or in the upcoming months. They can replace these sections with new areas of interest. Below that, list all the partner institutions. These are link outs to the contact info for each. And here we wanted to bring in more overall, speaking of brand consistency, we wanted to bring the colors of the logo into the website. So it's a colorful logo, so we wanted to take advantage of that. So a lot of the sections here are colors based on that logo. And here with this programs and courses section, this links to the landing page that gives a rundown of programs and courses included in the Higher Ed. And here is the rental facilities and services section. And we have link outs here to those main sections as well that fold into that. And below that, we have news and events. This news and events feed highlights articles, newly added articles to the website. And the events here, that's a link out to the events calendar. Show everyone what's coming. So just highlight a couple of pages. Take a look at the college and universities page. It gives you a intro statement on that. And like I said, these the links on the home page, this is where they land. And it gives you the contact information for all of those institutions. This here's the mailing list banner. This is an opt-in that is included on every page of the website, so people can instantly opt in and easily find where to opt in at and get information sent to them. Next page I want to take a look at is the educational outreach landing page. And this highlights other educational opportunities at the higher ed. And I want to take a look at just one of the pages here. This is a fun page. First logo page, and it highlights that program as well. But lots of fun pictures, lots of interactivity, lots of animation, motion. Keep interest in the material.
And one thing we wanted to bring to the website, we talk a lot about user experience. It's about making it easier for the user to find what they need. The Higher Ed Center, it's about STEM education. It's about higher education. It's about rental facilities that could be from anything from a wedding to a bridal shower. So we really looked at the user experience as how to go into the menu, the structure, or whatever people are looking for. From that homepage, we believe they can easily find it and then navigate there easily. So if you guys haven't had a chance to look at it, went live a couple of months ago, encourage you to, it's pretty robust. And like I said, we believe really is an overall representation of everything that is offered here. Speaking of everything offered here, another thing we worked on over the summer was a couple of videos. One being the rental facilities, the other the educational opportunities. And I believe David wanted us to show those to you guys. They're each about 3 minutes long. And let's start out with facilities. Okay.
Welcome to the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center in Abingdon, Virginia. We have over 20 unique rental options to meet all your needs. Whether you're hosting a conference, seminar, or special celebration, our state-of-the-art facilities are fully equipped with audio, visual, and wireless technology. Plus, our on-site event support staff are always here to make sure everything runs smoothly. With flexible catering options, flat and cost-effective rental rates, and over 450 free parking spaces, the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center is the perfect choice for your next event. Let's start our tour with the Joseph P. Johnson Jr. Grand Hall, our most expansive and versatile space. At 13,000 square feet, it's perfect for large events. It accommodates 500 guest banquet style or up to 1,000 theater style. The Grand Hall features 3 projectors and screens, concert quality sound, a 24-foot ceiling, professional lighting, and a loading zone. Conferences, trade shows, vendor fairs, wedding receptions. Imagine your event in this impressive setting. From catering to IT support, we provide everything you need for a memorable experience. Next, let's check out room 103-104, a highly adaptable space for all kinds of gatherings. This room can be used as 2 separate spaces or combined into one larger room. It accommodates 96 guests banquet style or 180 theater style. The floor-to-ceiling windows and rooftop solar shades fill the room with natural light, creating an inviting atmosphere. It's adjacent to our outdoor patio, making it perfect for indoor-outdoor events. Equipped with computer, projector, speakers, screens, and mics, room 103-104 is a favorite for interactive trainings, hiring fairs, baby showers, birthday parties, reunions, and more. Now let's head to our Rachel D. Folks Executive Auditorium designed for impactful presentations and lectures. This tiered lecture-style space seats up to 105 guests, giving everyone a clear view of the presenter. The auditorium features a movie theater-sized screen, 1080p projector, HD surround sound, and both wireless and lavalier mics. There are also table power plugins and ADA hearing devices. This venue is perfect for corporate meetings, seminars, and keynote presentations, providing a professional and immersive experience for your audience. As you've seen, the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center offers a variety of flexible and well-equipped spaces. The scale of the Joseph P. Johnson Jr. Grand Hall, the adaptability of room 103-104, the professional setting of the Executive Auditorium. In addition to these premier venues, we offer a variety of other spaces like classrooms, computer labs, and professional suites. These versatile options make the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center the ideal spot to host any occasion. Contact us today to learn how we can make your next event a success. We look forward to hosting you soon. The Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, a great place doing great things because of great people.
Sounds better when Hannah. Sounds better when Hannah.
So along with that longer piece, we also did some shortcuts on that down to like 30 seconds, which I believe you guys have been using on social media. So again, it's just to showcase the facilities here and the breadth of that. And then we also did a video piece highlighting the educational options here. So there's 4 students featured here, which David and his staff handpicked. These are the stories we want told as to what a benefit we are for people who want to stay, in this area to get their higher education around their schedules and pursue their careers and further their lives.
Can I add one thing? Sure. The reason why we picked these 4, one of the students is from the Grundy area. One of the students is from over in Russell County I think it's Russell County. We have one student from Smith County, I think one student from Washington County.
So it is, so we spent a day with those folks, and it is in their words, them just telling about their experiences here at the Higher Ed Center. So we shot that with them and produced it, and I guess take a look at it now.
At the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, we make continuing education accessible and flexible. We're enabling diverse students to achieve their dreams without leaving their communities. Through our partnerships with various universities, the Higher Ed Center turns aspirations into reality. We're a great place, doing great things because of great people.
I graduated Northwood High School. I am a first-generation college student in my family. I began my secondary education career at Virginia Highlands Community College and then transferred to Emory and Henry College to complete my bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary English. After graduating, teaching jobs were scarce. I was afforded the opportunity to become an instructional aide working with students with disabilities. I realized my passion there in working with those students and was able to go back and obtain a certification to be able to work with those students. I still wanted to obtain my master's in educational leadership. And with teaching responsibilities, a 1-year-old son, and coaching responsibilities, the drive to Radford was completely impossible. Thanks to the partnership with the Higher Education Center and Radford University, I was able to obtain my master's degree remotely here in Abingdon. I later earned my doctorate in educational leadership and policy study through Virginia Tech here at the Higher Ed Center. The cohort model provided the tools necessary that enabled me to become superintendent of schools in my native Smith County. Without the Higher Education Center, I would not be able to obtain any higher education degree. This place is the real deal. Without it, I would not be able to accomplish anything that I've been able to accomplish in my career. The Higher Ed Center eliminates the barriers of distance and time. It allowed me to pursue my dreams here in my community.
At 43, with a husband and 2 kids, going back to school for my doctor of pharmacy degree seemed daunting. I'm a former LPN, and I knew I wanted to go back to school to continue my education, but the opportunity had to be close to home. Thanks to the partnership with the Higher Ed Center and the Appalachian College of Pharmacy, I could pursue my dream and stay in my community. I live in Lebanon, Virginia, so the accessibility and flexibility provided by the Higher Ed Center are essential.
Growing up, I had a lot of health battles, so that meant a lot of frequent visits to hospitals and doctor's offices. So when I grew up, I knew I wanted to help kids just like me feel better. After graduating from Grundy High School, I had planned to attend medical school and become a physician. Halfway through my biology degree, I felt a tug at my heart and realized it was the nurses who made the biggest impact on me. The nurses are the ones who made me feel cared for, loved, and safe. I entered into the nursing program, graduated, and then pursued my BSN online through King University. King offers a nurse practitioner high flex course at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. Being a new baby nurse, I did not think I would be accepted, but I was. Living in Abingdon, classes at the Higher Education Center were very convenient for me.
I graduated from Holston High School, and like my mother, I received my associate's degree in nursing from Virginia Highlands Community College. Like both my parents, I then obtained my bachelor's degree in nursing from King University. The Higher Ed Center has a partnership with Virginia Commonwealth University. This allowed me to study VCU's Doctor of Nurse Anesthesia program remotely from Abingdon, the same way my father studied to be a CRNA. I was fortunate to be inspired by and guided by my parents, and I'm grateful to be following in their footsteps, benefiting from the same opportunities at the Higher Ed Center. Accessibility was crucial to me, and the Higher Ed Center allowed me to advance my career while staying close to my community and family.
The Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, through its partnerships with numerous universities, enables students to achieve their dreams. Our programs eliminate barriers, providing support and flexibility for all close to home. Together, we are creating a community of successful professionals who are making a difference. The Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center, a great place doing great things because of great people.
So with that piece as well, we did some cuts on it. It's each individual ones, right, Hannah? So those have been used on social, just the individual stories. So those are two of the initiatives over the past 7 months. The other is the Rural IT Apprenticeship Program, which I'm guessing you've heard about from David in the past. But great program. You know, there's grant funding out there for businesses to bring in young IT professionals, help grow the IT profession throughout rural Virginia. The issue with it is there's some obstacles to overcome as far as the qualifications a business must have. Has to be headquartered within 22 specific localities. Can't be owned by a company in Pennsylvania and have an office in Whitwell. And it also has to have less than 100 employees. So what we were tasked with is raising awareness for this program and get that message in front of the correct people. So here's the Rural IT Apprenticeship page we built for the website. And if you just want to scroll through it, Ray, it has all the different benefits of it, testimonials. We did a video here as well with some testimonials from local business owners and apprentices about how valuable the program's been for them. So to get this in the right people's hands, we're doing digital marketing. It launched about 6 weeks ago on Facebook and LinkedIn. So Facebook is the wide swath, just to throw it out to as many people in those localities who look like, based on their interest in the targeting we can do, might be IT professionals, like they're interested in software development, security, things like that. So that's kind of a wide target just to raise the awareness in general, where people have to be located to qualify for the program. And then we did LinkedIn marketing, which is much more precise, a much smaller group of people, but we can target them by, hey, they are in the IT field. They are managers and decision makers, plus all the other in these 22 localities. And we've been running ads for it. They launched it on Halloween, and at the 1 month mark, we had 2,000 total clicks on the ads. So that's 2,000 people who did not know about the program but do. And about 400 of those actually interacted with the landing page. And James Blevins, who oversees the program being administered here, at that 1 month mark, a couple of weeks ago, he said he had 7 solid leads, which we consider how niche this is to be a success. I'll let David say otherwise.
We've already gotten 5 apprentices, I believe, complete application and apprentices just from the October views.
And we got, and how many were in it before? I mean, it's.
Yeah, well, we're over 20, close to 25 now, I believe.
Yeah. And we still got 2 more months of the marketing as well. So we expect those numbers to keep going up. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of everything over the past 3 months. It's been great working with the team here. David, did I hit everything you wanted me to?
I think so. We didn't show the other video because I'm not as pretty and sweet and don't sound as good as Hannah. So,
Oh, that's true.
yeah, thank you so much. Do I have any questions? Yeah, any questions? Thank you. Okay.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Now we move on to Mr. Randy Rose with UVA WISE report.
Evening, everyone. I know it's pressed for time and everyone's busy and want to provide time for our partner who has a little more formal presentation. But I wanted to provide an update on behalf of UVA-wise. This is my first time presenting to this board, so it's nice to see many familiar faces, but meet the other board members. You've probably seen the reports before, but I started here at the Higher Ed Center as Associate Vice Chancellor focused on community and economic development for UVA-wise January 2nd of this year. So still got a lot to learn, but it's been a fast and furious year. I'll talk a little bit about the programming that we do plan to do here at the center. That's really my focus. A little bit about the professional development side, but also the academic side and possibilities there. First, I'm starting on the professional development side, our leadership development training, which has been a focus for UVA-wise for years prior to my involvement. The programming has been here at the center and well known and well received. We continue that programming. Leadership at all levels is really a focus for us in providing that training. So the one thing that I wanted to share tonight, you have a full report with more details about all of our community and economic development work in your packet. But for those who were able to join us earlier today, some of you were not able to. At 4 p.m., we announced Lead SWBA. We all know that there's a number of local leadership development programs in the region, and there's statewide programs, and even across the United States, there are programs. But one area that UVA-wise identified several years ago and even piloted was a regional leadership development program. I won't go too far into this. A lot of you heard my presentation earlier today, but I will just say this one thing. In community and economic development, I think we've all seen projects, initiatives, communities transform when the right leader was in the right place and had the tools and the understanding to make things happen. We know that that's a key area for Southwest Virginia to grow if we can help with that. All industries, all communities, et cetera. So I'll just ask you, if you don't remember anything from my presentation today, or you want to write a note down, if you could take some time and visit leadswba.org, and you'll learn more about the program. It's really a 7-month commitment. It'll start at our Premier Economic Forum, the Region's Economic Forum at UVA-wise, with programming there, and the cohort starts programming all through the year until November, and we hope to have a graduation ceremony right here at the Higher Education Center. There's so many things that UVA-wise is doing overall, but we're proud to see programs like that that are triggered and supported by the staff here at the Higher Ed Center. So that's an example, one program, and the center here was so great in helping us with that announcement today. The press release and information and media coverage we hope you'll see in your channels tomorrow and over the weekend, and we appreciate you sharing it. As I said earlier today, if you know of a leader or know of an organization that could benefit if they had someone participate that and get connected through both practical training, curriculum, and programming, leadership development focus, but relevant to Southwest Virginia, but also to visit communities and initiatives and projects and economic development sites in the region. It's just a great experience. So I just wanted to say that. And that's on our academic side, leadership development side. I will also touch briefly on the academic side. We're really excited, and I'll definitely yield to the Chancellor and our Vice Chancellor here today if they want to provide more details. But I think everyone knows that UVA-wise is growing by leaps and bounds. Maybe I'm a little too excited about it because I work with the organization, but we're definitely in a growth pattern, and certainly you've probably seen that when you look at our enrollment growth and other ways that we hope to grow. So we definitely want to make sure if we can support that here at the Higher Ed Center, we want to do that on the academic side as well. So some steps that we've been able to take is introduce our relatively new provost, Gary Johnson, to the center. So we've already had Gary come for providing a tour. The staff hosted. I appreciate Adam and that. But our next step is for a one-on-one with David. So so we're very excited about that possibility and what could come of that. That's a key part of the way we want to help here. So we're really looking at all areas where we can grow and expand. So we hope to continue on that good foundation that has been set here in our presence at the Higher Ed Center and throughout the region, but we hope to continue that as well. And today's announcement, I think, is an example some of the work that we want to do to support community economic development in the region. And we're staffed here both with our Office of Community Economic Development, but our wider division is represented here at the Higher Ed Center. So we're very proud of that. I'll just stop and just say again, if you have any questions when you take a look at our report, please let me know. Again, my name is Randy Rose. And I will quickly say that the team here has been just phenomenal to work with, from making me feel welcome and our team feel welcome, but anything that we need. I feel like that we had to catch up with the services and the momentum and the things when I came on board. They're ready to go as soon as we hit the ground. So I wanted to thank the staff here, David, and everyone who's been welcoming and accommodating to us. So I will lead to our chancellor to see if there's anything else that I probably should have shared that we'd like to do when we have this time, if that's okay, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Chancellor.
Put me right there on.
Yeah,
No, I think some of the exciting things that are going on is graduate education is new at UVA-Wise. And so we have a Master's of Education that's enrolling over 60 students from across the region in only its second year. So it's a very exciting opportunity, and have a new degree program in Management and Business Technology that is up for approval by Chev in the spring semester. So we're excited to roll that out in the fall as well. And that will be totally online. We're hoping that people from a lot of industries will enroll in that because you'll get the business acumen plus the data analytics that you can use in a current career or future career. So exciting times.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Thank you, Randy. All right, now we move on to the Virginia Tech Report by Allison Mays.
This presentation, it's not very long. I'll be 7 minutes. Good afternoon, Senator Hackworth and other members of the Higher Education Board of Trustees. I'm Allison Mays. I'm the director of the Virginia Tech Southwest Center, and I appreciate David inviting me to update you on some of the projects and programs we have here in Southwest Virginia that we've been working on. As far as our place within the very large Virginia Tech world, we fall under Outreach and International Affairs, which has been divided into Office of Engagement and Office of International Affairs. And our office falls within the engagement department. Susan Short is on the call with us and is generally here. She is responsible for supervision of these different centers and schools within engagement. We have 5 extended campuses across the Commonwealth: Richmond, Newport News, Roanoke, Price, and here in Abingdon at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center. You of course have my complete report if you're curious about every single thing we've done since our last report to you, but I'm just highlighting just a few quick programs here that I'll to you. Our programs been here 18 months and have kind of redeveloped and rebranding the center. And here's kind of where things that have cropped up that make sense for our center and the way we implement them, whether they're implemented directly here at the center, through our colleagues at Virginia Tech, or through collaborations within the community. The first thing we did was the first ever Virginia Small Towns Conference that was held earlier in June here at the Higher Ed Center. We had approximately 100 small town leaders from across the Commonwealth, from Pennington Gap to Kilmarnock, from populations as small as 250 individuals to 55,000. So we just highlighted resources, provided opportunities for these town leaders to network with each other, and we've received amazing feedback on this program and expect that it will continue going forward. And we'll rotate to different places around the state. We were thrilled to have the very first one here in Southwest. It was a concerted effort on behalf of Virginia Municipal League to have it here, since we are closer to 6 to 8 other state capitals than we are to Richmond here in some parts of Southwest Virginia. With the Wellspring Foundation, they have funded a study for us to do with educators in Russell, Grayson, Smith, and Washington County, prioritizing findings and assessments, doing research, surveys, finding places where Virginia Tech can help to recruit and retain high-quality educators in these 4 counties, to help it reduce and remove any barriers that keeps educators from staying within their profession. And also that also prevents them from pursuing higher educational attainment for themselves, whether it's as a superintendent, as a principal or even our doctoral and graduate degrees. The Ag STEM Academy, focusing on agriculture, will do a pilot camp on that in February, working with a multitude of amazing partners, the Southwest Virginia AREC, Virginia Cooperative Extension, Virginia Agriculture in the Classroom, Farm Credit, and Me Tractor. We'll be doing that pilot camp here at the Higher Ed Center. It'll be one night a week through the month of February, which will be implemented into a full summer camp where students can go around and visit farms and different things, see STEM in action on farms. Hopefully beginning to build and strengthen the pipeline for agriculture. One thing we're right in the middle of is a Virginia Creeper Trail Economic Impact Study. This was also supported by the Wellspring Foundation. This was part of an overall strategic plan for the Creeper Trail to help them plan for the future for sustainment, for maintenance efforts. We started this in September, and we all know what happened. Hurricane Helene came through and disrupted the study we had. So we switched gears. We studied the impact of Hurricane Helene on the Virginia Creeper Trail and other localities impacted by the damage to the Creeper Trail. This has resulted in a 2-page report that was actually released today, and you do have a copy of that underneath your board packets. So please feel free to use that in any work you are doing to help seek funding for Creeper Trail or residents and businesses impacted by that. Drone Soccer, that's a program we're doing here at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center in partnership with the Higher Ed Center. That's focused on STEM programming for K-12, works on soft skills, teamwork, how to build a drone, how to fly a drone, and it creates accessible pathways for students into high demand careers. There's also a teacher training and professional development part with that as well. And so here's a picture of what that looks like. It's sort of similar to Quidditch, if you're familiar with Harry Potter. So we've gotten the equipment in. David is kind enough to support this program. So now we just need to educate our educators and get that started next year. Do you have anything you want to say about Drone Soccer? Okay, super excited. And that's all for me. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer that and appreciate the support from David and the Higher Education Center and the support you provide for everything we do here as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Allison. It's good. Soccer.
You can play. I'll let you play too.
All right, number 9 is our public comments, and an opportunity was provided for the public to address the board or submit written comments for the meeting to Kathy by 5 p.m. on Monday, December the 9th. No notification or public comments were received. Is that correct, Kathy? All right, thank you. So number 10, this is our closing remarks. I want to remind everyone to put on their calendars a hold for Thursday, June the 12th for next year, for our next meeting. Kathy will be circulating an email asking if it would, if we could work a 3 o'clock meeting instead of a 5 o'clock meeting. That way Betsy could get home to watch a bowl game. After her 4.5 hour
in June.
Maybe a soccer ball. But no, I think a lot of us, Senator Pillion is very happy about that, I think. So get out of his dentist office at 3 o'clock. But if you can, it's just going to be something, we'll see what can happen. I think we might help us with a quorum.
Feel free to vote no if you want.
But we will see. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. The other thing is there is immediately after the adjournment of this meeting, there is a reception on the second floor lobby. We invite everybody to do that. I unfortunately have another meeting I have to go to, so I won't be able to attend. Feel free to do that. Other thing, January the 29th is the Southwest Virginia Legislative Reception in Richmond. We invite everybody to come to that. It's in the Library of Virginia from 5:30 to 7:30. It's always nice to see familiar faces from Southwest Virginia come up there. And we always say, you go to the front of the line, you come to see us. It's such a far drive, so we'd love to see you. So if you could make that. And I think that's pretty much everything I have. David, anything else?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I would like, I forgot to make one announcement. Joy Wave, this is Joy. She's helped bring in over $2 million in grants and different things in her year and a half.
Right, going on 2 years,
Going on
and
2 years.
January will be 2 years.
But before Megan came, Joy was carrying some of the buckets of water when it came to marketing with Hannah. So you'll see we have the 2023-24 annual report. We're getting ready to mail that out. We're going to wait till you get your copy. This is Joy's work with some other folks assisting her, but there's QR codes throughout that'll take you to all the videos. So make sure you take that with you. And the only thing I wanted to say is, you know, I know Senator Pillion and I were always kidding about the great place, great things, great people. But around you, all these people live here. And it truly is a great place doing great things. And it's only because of the great people. Without great people, we'd just be a building and we'd just offer programs. But they become great because, and I like, if you work here in any capacity, would you stand so important to make sure they see it? Because y'all deserve a round of applause for doing So when I say it's a great place doing great things, it's because of these great people. And again, thank you for taking your time and spending the afternoon with us. There's a lot of shrimp down there if you like shrimp. So.
Well, thank you, David. And we do like to kid about that, but we know that it is the people, the great people, the great place. And if we can make David great with that, and we appreciate David, his hard work. He does a great job keeping everybody in line. So with that being said, Merry Christmas to everyone. If we don't see you between now and then, and we will offer an adjournment.
So moved.
We have a second?
Second.
All right. All right.
That's a wonderful Christmas.
You too.